Hello everyone. Welcome back to the next session of data visualization with Python programming. I hope you remember in the first session we have seen what is a data visualization, what are the benefits of data visualization, what are the importance of data visualization, right? And some Python libraries, top Python libraries for data visualization. Am I right? Yeah. So I hope you understand the first session. Now in this session, we are going to start with one of the most important Python library for data visualization, that is Matplotlib. Okay, so we are going to study all the detail about Matplotlib with the theoretical point, with the theoretical concept, as well as the practical implementation of it. Okay, now let me show you what you are going to learn in this session. So see here, first of all, we are going to start with introduction to Matplotlib. Okay, by the way, I hope you got an idea about Matplotlib. Yeah, we have seen in the first session about it. Yeah, so the first point in this session we are going to start is introduction to Matplotlib, and then we will see install Matplotlib with PIP. How can you install Matplotlib? That is one of the top Python library for data visualization. Okay, how to install it? Okay, with the help of PIP. Now next thing we will see the basic plotting with Matplotlib. Okay, and then we will see plotting two or more lines on the same plot, how it is possible. Okay, so let's start with the first thing, that is introduction to Matplotlib. Okay, so see here, Matplotlib is a plotting library for the Python programming language, and it's a numerical mathematical extension NumPy. Okay, what is this NumPy? We are going to see in a later session. Okay, it was conceived by John Hunter in 2002, originally as a patch of IPython for enabling interactive MATLAB style plotting via GNU plot from the IPython command line. Okay, one of the one of the Matplotlib's most important feature is its ability to play well with many operating system and graphics backends. Okay, Matplotlib support dozens of backend and output types, which means you can count on it to work regardless of which operating system you are using or which output format you wish. Okay, this cross-platform, everything to everyone approach has been one of the great strengths of the Matplotlib. Okay, this cross-platform, everything to everyone approach has been one of the great strengths of Matplotlib. Okay, now let's see installing the Matplotlib. That is one of the important library, or you can say a top visualization library for Python. Yeah. So see here, Matplotlib and its dependency package. Matplotlib and its dependency packages are available in the form of wheel packages on the standard Python package repositories and can be installed on Windows, Linux, as well as Mac operating system using the PIP package manager. Okay, so how to install it? So you might be thinking how it is possible, how to install it. So see here, open the command prompt and change the directory to your current working directory, and then try this and see if it is work on your system. Okay, so first of all, as per the instruction how to install Matplotlib, go to the command prompt. Okay, and after that go to or change the directory to your current working directory of the Python, and then type one of this code. Now let me show you. So see here, I will go to command prompt here. Okay, I will open it. Okay, so see here, it's showing like this. So first of all, I need to change the directory with the help of cd. Okay, and then I need to specify the path for my current directory. So let me show you where is my path. This is my path. Okay. So I need to copy it. This is my current working directory of Python. Okay. So I need to copy this one, this path, and I need to paste it here. Okay. After that, just press the enter button. Okay. So once we change the directory to current working directory, after that, we just need to try one of this code. Okay. Now let me suppose if I'm copying this one. Okay. Let me copy it. Let me paste it here. Okay. So see here what I have written. Python -m pip install matplotlib. Let me press the enter button. So just wait for a few seconds. So see here. In my system, I already have installed matplotlib. Okay. So can you see the message requirements already satisfied? Okay, it is showing where this matplot library is there. Yeah. Okay, requirements already satisfied. Yeah, you did here. But in your case, if matplotlib is not installed in your system, you are going to see the download is going to start and it is going to install the matplotlib successfully. Okay. And by the way, if you are getting the error with this code, with this command, try the first one or this one or this one. Is okay. I'm sure you are going to get the successful installation of matplotlib. Okay. So try one of this one. Either this one. First one is pip3 install matplotlib. This one. Or try this one or this one. Your choice. Okay. So once you install the matplotlib successfully, let's see the next thing. That is basic plotting with matplotlib. Okay. We will learn how to create a simple plot with matplotlib. Okay. As of now, we are just focusing on creating a very basic plot, a simple plot with the help of matplotlib. In the later session, we are going to see more complex plot with the help of matplotlib. Okay. As of now, maybe we are going to learn only the line plot. Okay. But in the later session, we are going to see various types of graphs or chart with the help of matplotlib. For example, how can you create area chart, histogram, bar plot, and then what we say the P chart. Okay. Whatever it is, we are going to see in detail. Okay. But as of now, I hope you understand how to install the matplotlib. After that, we are going to learn now how to create a simple plot with matplotlib. Okay. So see here, matplotlib.pyplot. What is this? Matplotlib.pyplot is a collection of command line style functions that make matplotlib work like a MATLAB. Each pyplot function makes some change to a figure. For example, a function creates a figure, a plotting area in a figure, plots some lines in a plotting area, decorates the plot with the labels, etc. Okay. Each pyplot function makes some changes to your figure or some changes to your plot. Whatever it is up to you. If you would like to add the labels to your figure, you can add it. If you would like to add a title to your plot or title to your figure, you can add it. Yeah, we're going to see that. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so what is this matplotlib.pyplot? It is one of the collection of the command line function that makes matplotlib work like a MATLAB. Okay, so see here, basic plotting with matplotlib. So see, generating visualization with pyplot is very quick. For example, can you see the first line? Obviously, as we are going to start plotting with matplotlib. So first of all, the first important thing, we need to import matplotlib. Am I right? So see here, on the first line, we have imported it. Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Or you can also write like this one, from matplotlib. That is one of the top Python library for data visualization. From this library, from matplotlib, import pyplot as plt. Okay, as plt. So you can import it as a xyz as per your choice. Okay. And by the way, I hope you know that what is a module, how to import the module, what is this from, and then name of the module, and then import the some functionality or the methods. Yeah, I hope you know all these things. Yeah, so if you know the how to import the module, then it's very easy. And by the way, if you don't know, so it's very easy. See here, from, write the name of the library from this one, matplotlib library, import pyplot, import pyplot. We are going to use this one from matplotlib, import pyplot as plt. Okay, this means we are going to, instead of writing this one pyplot, we are using plt. From matplotlib, import pyplot as plt. So we are going to use plt every time. Okay, the same line, this one is this line is equivalent to this one, the first one. Import matplotlib, that is one of the library, dot pyplot as plt. And what is this pyplot? See here, matplotlib.pyplot is a collection of command line style function that makes matplotlib work like a MATLAB. Each pyplot function make the some changes to the figure. For example, a function create a figure, a plotting area in a figure, plot some lines in a plotting area, decorates with the plot with the labels, even you can add the titles. Okay, all the things you can do with this pyplot function. Okay, so we are importing from matplotlib, we are importing pyplot as plt. Okay, and then just write plt.plot function, and then opening closing bracket, inside that you are passing one list. Can you see this one? 1 2 3 4. So what is this? Here you are just creating a line chart, a line graph. Okay, plt.show. And finally, this one in order to show the plot. Now let me show you this example. Okay, so see here. I will open Python ideally. See here. So see, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Either use this one or you can use this one. From matplotlib, that is one of the library. From this library, we want to import pyplot function. Import pyplot as plt. Okay, and finally we can use plt.plot in order to plot a line plot. Okay, and then inside this plot function we are passing one list, 1 2 3 4, and finally plt.show to show the plot. Now what I will do, I will run the code. See here, just wait few seconds, we're going to get the plot now, a line plot, a line chart. Yeah, can you see this one, how it look like? See here, 1 2 3 4. Can you see this one? 1 2 3 4. Even let's suppose if I'm moving the cursor here, so it is showing, can you see this one? It is showing something here. Focus on this area. See here, I'm currently having the cursor at exactly this one, 2.0. It is showing me the output here. X is equal to 2.00. See here, X is equal to 2.00565, Y is equal to 0.99463. Yeah, are you getting it? So you might be thinking how you getting this one, 1 2 3 4. If you want to change it, it's your choice. You're getting this plot straight line. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Yeah. Okay, and by the way, you might be thinking is it is starting with 0.00. How it is possible? Yeah, you might be thinking why it is starting with 0.00. Are you getting it? So we have the answer for this question in our theory part. Okay, so see here. You may be wondering why the x-axis ranges from 0 to 3 and y-axis from 1 to 4. Can you see the output? See here, x-axis is ranging from 0 to 3 and y-axis is ranging from 1 to 4. Can you see this one? 1 2 3 4, and the x-axis ranges from 0.0 to 3.0. Yeah. So you may be wondering why the x-axis ranges from 0 to 3 and y-axis from 1 to 4. If you provide a single list or array to a plot, matplotlib assume it is a sequence of y values and automatically generate the x values for you. Okay, since Python range start with 0, the default x vector has the same length as y. Okay, but start with 0. Hence, the x data are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Plot is a versatile function. What is this? We are using plt.plot here. Yeah, plt.plot. So what is this? Plot is a versatile function and will take an arbitrary number of argument. For example, to plot x versus y, you can write like this also. Okay. So you might be thinking why x-axis ranges from 0.0 to 3.0 and y-axis ranges from 1.0 to 4.0. Okay, so you got it. The first one here is nothing but the 1, it is 2, this line, it is 3, this line, it is 4 as per the data. Yeah, but in case of x-axis it is ranging from 0 to 3.0. What is the reason? If you provide a single list or array to a plot, so what we are providing here, see here, we are providing a list inside plot function. So if you provide a single list or array to a plot, matplotlib assume it is a sequence of y values. It is a sequence of y values and automatically generate the x values for you. Since Python range start with 0, since Python ranges start with 0. The default x vector has the same length as y, but start with 0. Hence, the x data are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Yes. Now, if you want to change the value for it, for example, if you want to write here, for example, 10, 12, 3, and let's suppose 8. Let's see how our plot look like. Let me run this code now. So see here. How many values are there? First of all, think how many values we have in our list. There are total 4 values, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it is going to count it 0, 1, 2, 3. Hence, we are getting the output on the x-axis 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. For a 0 index position, the element, what is the number present at 0 index position? 10. So can you see the output here at 10? For a first index position, what element is there? What value is there? 12. So can you see the output here? 12. That is a 0. That is first index. That is 12. Yes. Now what is the next value? Next value which is present at second index position, the value for it? 3. So see here, it is jumping from this line to 3. Yeah, can you see this one? It looked like 3 here. And finally, what is the third index position, or you can say the what is the fourth element of the list? So fourth element, or you can say the third index position, the third index position of the list having the value 8. So can you see this one? It is 8. Yes, got it. Are you getting it? Now, if you change the value here, for example, if you want to add more values, for example, if you are adding again, let me add it, for example, 14, and then I would like to add again 6. Now tell me, how many values I have in my list? 3 and 3, 6 values are there. This means my x-axis is going to range from 0 to 5, because if you consider this is 0 index, first index, second index, third index, fourth index, and fifth index. If I run it, so my plot, it is going to contain 0 to 5 values on x-axis. Let me run it. Let's verify the theory. Okay, just wait. Yeah, can you see the output now? See here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got it? Yeah, can you see that? Our x values, x range, x-axis range is from 0 to 5 now. Yeah, because we have total 6 element in the list, okay, which is present inside the plot function. Got it? Since we have total, how many elements are there? 6 elements. Hence, we are getting the output from 0 to 5. If you have the 10 element here, then tell me what is the range for this x-axis? If you have 10 elements here, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So tell me the range for x-axis. So x is going to range from 0 to 9. Okay. In the same way, since we have total 6 element, inside a list which is present inside the plot function. Okay, so x-axis is ranging from 0 to 5 because we have total 6 element. If we have total 6 element, x-axis is going to range from 0 to 5. If we have 10 element, x-axis is going to range from 0 to 9. If we have 20 elements, x-axis is going to range from 0 to 19. Got it? Yeah. So can you, and then this value you can see there, that is going to be have on the y-axis here. The x0 index, that is the first one is 10, next one is 12, and then 3, and then 8. Yeah, after 3 what we have? 8. Can you see this? This one is 3. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. What is this value? 3. After that 3. What is the next value? 8. And then 14. It looks like 8 here. And then 14 and then 6. Yeah, got it? You might be thinking why it is not. Actually, there is a point here. For example, let me make it 6.5. Okay, let's run it. Yeah, can you see this one? This is nothing but the first element or first index position. Yeah, sorry, 0 index position. This one is the first element or 0 index position. This one is a first index position, third index position, fourth index position, fifth index position, and this one is fifth index position. Or else you can say first element, second element, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and sixth element of the list that we are passing inside the plot function. Got it? Yeah. And plot is a versatile function. Will take an arbitrary number of arguments. For example, to plot x versus y, you can write like this. Now let's see what is this. PLT plot 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 9, 6. Okay, let's see what happened. So see, focus on this next line. Okay, PLT plot. Inside that I am passing first one 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then yeah, see here, focus on this one. PLT plot, first one I'm passing 1, 2, 3, 4, comma 1, 4, 9, 6. I'm passing two lists separated by comma. Okay, inside plot function PLT dot plot, and let's check it. So what I will do, I will close this one. Once I close, I will get a next plot. See here, can you see the next plot? Yeah, so this plot is for this one, this code. Okay, now let's check it. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. As per the theory, to plot x versus y, you can write this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, this is my x values and y values. Let's check it. Let's verify it. See here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the first value for a y-axis? See here. 1, 4, 9, 6. So see here. 1. This will be 1, comma 1. Am I right? You can also check it here. Whenever I'm moving, can you see that here? You can see the coordinate here. Let me see here. Can you see x value, y value? So it will be 1, comma 1. Now, when the value of x is 2, what is the value of y? 4. Can you see this one? When the value of x is 3, what is the value of y? 9. Can you see this one? Yeah, this one. And when the value of y is, when the value of x is 4, the value of y is 16. Can you see this one? Yeah. This means it is a 1, comma 1. It will be 2, comma 4. And then this will be 3, comma 9. And this will be 4, comma 16. These are the points. These are the coordinates. Got it? Are you getting it? Yeah. So with the help of plot function, it's very easy to create a plot. Yeah. Even this plot function is a versatile function and will take an arbitrary number of arguments. So if you want to plot x versus y, you can. It's very easy. You just need to pass two lists separated by commas. Even if you want to change the value here, it's up to you. For example, here 1, 2, 3, 4. This means I would like to have, since this 1 is correspond to 1. So the first coordinate will be 1, comma 1. This 2 is correspond to this 4. So next value will be 2, comma 4. Next point. and then 3 comma 9 and 4 comma 16, and finally this point will be joined by the line. Okay, now let me make some changes here. For a 2 I would like to have, okay, for example I would like to have 8 here, and here I would like to have 27, and here I would like to have uh, for example 81, whatever it is. Okay, now it's up to you, whatever the value you would like to have here. Now let me run it again. Let's see how the plot look like. Okay, that is our first plot. No, this is one. The first coordinate, can you see that 1 comma 1? Next one is 2 comma 8. See here, this is 2 comma 8. And then third one is 3 comma 27. This one is 3 comma 27. And the fourth one is 4 comma 81. Can you see this one? Yes. Got it? Yeah. So I hope you got it. Is it easy to create a plot with the help of matplotlib? Yeah, it's very easy. Just import like this, import matplotlib.pyplot splt, or you can use like this also. Let's suppose if you want like to verify it, what I will do, I will make this is as a comment. Okay, import matplotlib.pyplot splt. Now let me run it again. Let's see whether we are getting the same output or is there any error with this code. Yeah, can you see that we are getting the output? This means there is a no error with this code. Okay, if I close it, I will get the next plot. Yeah, this one. This is 1 comma. What is this? 1 comma 1. This is 2 comma 8. This is 3 comma 27, and this is 4 comma 81. Got it? As per this code. Yes, got it. Now next thing what I want to show you, you can also add the labels for x-axis and label for y-axis. And you can also provide the title to your plot. For example, see here, x and y. What is x here? X is list and y is also list. Okay. So plt.plot, inside that you can also pass, instead of writing this two lists, you can just pass the name of the list also here. So x list comma y list, x comma y. Okay. And then plt.x label. How to add the label? Yeah, just write plt.x label. Why? What is this plt? We are importing pyplot as plt. So you are writing plt.x label. From matplotlib, import pyplot as plt. Hence you are writing here plt.x label. So with the help of this code, you can add the label for x-axis. So plt.x label. So on the x label, I would like to have roll number. And in the same way, plt.y label. If you would like to have label for y-axis, you need to write plt.y label. And marks, this nothing but you would like to add this label on y-axis. And plt.title. If you would like to give the title to your plot, title to your chart, then you can use this one, plt.title, and give the title name, whatever it is, marks distribution, and finally plt.show to show the plot. Okay, now let me show you this code here. Okay, see here, adding the labels and titles. Before that, let me show you this one, plt.plot. See here, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3. What is this go? What is this? Let me show you what is this. If I close it, focus on the line. Yeah, can you see this one? This line look like green. Yeah. Where is the line? What are the point? 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. So 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. Got it? It's green. Yeah. If I make it arrow, let's see what happened. Whether is it correct or it is going to give us the error. This is the first plot, second plot, and this one will be the third one. That what is this R for red, arrow dash. Can you see this output? Got it? And what is this? Line width is equal to 2. This is the width of the line. If you would like to increase it, for example, if you would like to increase to 4, now at this time focus on this code. This is the width of the line. I have changed it to 4. Initially it is 2 here. Now let me run this code again. This is the first plot, and then the second plot, and then this one we are going to get. Can you see the width of the line has changed from 2 to 4? Because we have specified line width is equal to 4. Through this parameter, you can change the width of the line. Okay. Can you see the output look like this one? Got it? Okay, now let's see adding the labels and the titles. So as I told you, you can add the labels with the help of plt dot x label or plt dot y label.